I had seen a couple of promotional announcements on Entertainment Tonight that O.J. would be interviewed, and the guy interviewing him had a bad Cesar Romero mustache and looked like Kid Creole from Kid Creole and the Coconuts. It was the Black Ed Wood. And in a horrible set that looked like they spent about 10 cents, it looked like some sort of homo Art Deco thing.
Oh, dear.
And
I didn't see the set.
What?
It was not set for a murder interview.
No, not for a murder interview.
Or a hard news interview. Yeah.
And the lighting was horrible. Even O.J., who is a good-looking man, his head is normally big. It was 3 times the size of what it normally was because they spent about 10 cents. It looked like some sort of homo Art Deco thing.
Oh, dear.
And
I didn't see the set.
What?
It was not set for a murder interview.
No, not for a murder interview.
Or a hard news interview. Yeah.
And the lighting was horrible. Even O.J., who is a good-looking man, his head is normally big. It was 3 times the size of what it normally was because the lighting was so peculiar.
Howard, I think that's the same set that Donnie Simpson uses to do his countdown show.
Oh, is that right?
I'm almost sure.
Well, there's a relevant fact.
Well, no.
Anyway, are you saying they should have count down?
No, I'm saying that they should have gone and used a different set.
I see.
They only have one.
Thank you. Now,
I'm leaving.
Now just sit there. This is what I hired you to do. Now do it. Instead of interjecting with dumb comments when I'm on a roll. Now, let's listen to a couple of things O.J. had to say. O.J. was clearly out of his mind last night. This is a guy who really should shut up and hide.
This is the reason you will see or hear, I have imagined, the reason they didn't put him on the stand when he was on trial.
It makes no sense. I don't know. I'm just going to play tapes. I don't know what's on
All
it.
right.
You got any good ones?
Yeah, I have all the stuff on Real to
Okay,
Real.
go ahead. What do you got? What I hired you to do. Now do it. Instead of interjecting with dumb comments.
Then he explains why. The guy asked him, why doesn't anybody believe you?
Okay.
And O.J. knows?
Yeah. Oh, O.J. knew everything.
O.J. knows why people don't believe him?
Yeah.
So why is it so hard for the majority, if we believe the polls, of white America?
This is a black guy who got beat up probably growing up a lot by other blacks.
No, he probably didn't live in a black community.
Is that what it is?
And a fairly decent number of black Americans to believe you?
Tough question.
Tough question, because who can understand what the guy said?
No, the tough questions are, where is the murder weapon?
And how did your blood get all over the place?
At the time your wife was killed?
Yeah.
These are the tough questions.
O.J. likes to say tough question, the questions that are easy. You know?
One, I don't believe the polls, for one, judged by the people that I've been exposed to, both white and black Americans. But since the polls, the negative part of the polls, as far as
there are people who want to lynch you, O.J.
He's so oblivious to them.
Yeah. I do not believe the polls.
Well, he believes what he sees outside his fence, his
right.
gate.
And lunatics who hang around out there.
The concern is white America. I can tell you, everywhere I've gone, I've been welcomed and treated with respect.
Really? What about at the country club?
Well, that's where he goes. See, he calls ahead of time to see if
there's any white people around. I'm living in a cave. And the other cave people seem to accept me.
And the general the sentiment that I get, not only in my front yard, or I should say on the street outside of my front yard, or when I go into restaurants, and especially when I went to Panama City, the people were truly tremendous down there.
Why doesn't he live there?
That's Florida, though. I think that's where he went, and it was with Paula Barbieri.
Oh, I see.
Remember all the people joining him on the golf course for his autograph.
I thought Panama City was like in Panama.
Unfortunately, it's not.
You mean there's a place in America called Panama City?
Yes.
Oh, God.
They love me.
They love me over there.
White people and black.
They made me feel welcome. They made me, I think the general sentiment, and I get it outside of the walls of my house from people from women, white women from Iowa.
White women?
Just like the one I killed.
Like 5'9", 60 years old.
In Georgia, even South Africa. Hey, you know, go on.
The moon.
Pluto. There are people on Pluto.
They don't think I did it.
O.J. hates me, by the way. We've gotten pretty good word about that. He called me an ass.
It was an F and A-hole.
Oh, effing.
I would consider that a red badge of courage.
Yeah. I mean, a guy who killed 2 people believes that I'm an F and A-hole? Okay.
You can deal with it.
Yeah.
Say congratulations, which is a tough thing to accept. But go on with your life, get your kids, and, keep your head up high. The reason why, and we can go into it, I think the media. I think the media is the main reason why America is filling the way.
Yeah, I advocate we go back to smoke signals. That way no one would know what anyone's thinking.
The best mode of communication is the telegraph.
Yeah. If there was a telegraph, other people wouldn't be able to talk to one another, and then I could go about my business.
They're filling because I don't think the media was given, I don't think the public saw when they came home from work or whatever they were doing at the end of the day.
If they came home from work or maybe from the golf course and dating white women, whatever they do all day.
After going home killing their wives.
I don't think they saw. Is he going to say the TV coverage was unfair?
Oh, he gets right into it.
Oh, he does?
He explains that the TV cameras, on purpose, shot the bad signs instead of all the good ones.
Yeah. The reason